I'm going to share a story that happened to me at one of my summer jobs in the year of 2018. It's kind of creepy, but it's also kind of funny. When I've told this to some of my friends, they laughed at it. So wanted to share it here before I forget about this incident. So, so the year is 2018 and I am 21 years old. I was working a summer job, so I just finished my junior year of college, so this summer job was considered like an internship. And so I was working at this company. The job itself, I didn't really do anything. They had no work for me, so it was pretty chill. But yeah, so I was working the summer job, and there was a worker there. I'm not going to use this person's real name, but for the sake of the story, I'm going to call him Craig. So Craig is on the spectrum, but he's obviously like smart and like he's a smart guy because like he's working this job and like he knows how to like do stuff. But he is, on the spectrum. Like when he talks, you can like tell just, by the sound of his voice that, he's on the spectrum. And Craig is a big dude. He is at least like 6'6", 6'7". He's like 250, closer to 300 pounds. He's a big guy. Okay. He kind of just towered over everybody in the office. And so you would know if Craig is in the bathroom, right? Because in the bathroom, there's like one urinal and then there's two like stalls. So if he is in the stall, like when he stands up, like it's Craig that's in there because his whole head is just popping out like from the top. So you could see who it is. It's Craig if you walk into the bathroom. So there was this one time when I was in the bathroom. I was in the stall. I was taking a dump. And you know how most people, like when they are sitting on the toilet, usually they're just like at least for me, I'm always on my phone, like looking at my phone, like while, taking a dump and everything. And so, I'm sitting on the toilet, I'm on my phone, and all of a sudden I just hear this, it's like, and I didn't really think much of it. I knew at that point just by hearing that I was like, yeah, it's probably Craig, in the other stall, didn't think much of it. So I'm just, sitting on the toilet, scrolling on my phone, and I just keep hearing it. And I'm just like, man, what in the world is going on? So, and let me just turn this camera around real quick because I want to do like a role play of like what went down. All right, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me turn this camera around. Oops, wrong way. Okay. You see this chair right there? I'm going to sit there. So I'm going to sit on that chair and I'm going to pretend like I am like sitting on the toilet. Okay. And then the camera, pretend like the camera is Craig, like Craig's point of view. And this makes sense because, Craig is, he's tall. He's like 6'6", 6'7", something like that. So, okay, let me get in the chair. Okay. So I'm on the toilet, right? Just like this, scrolling on my phone, and I hear this like, okay. So I'm like, what is that noise? I turn, and Craig is staring right at me while I'm sitting on the toilet, right? While I'm sitting I have my pants down, and he's just staring down right at me, okay? And I'm like, as soon as we make eye contact, and I just immediately just like look away. Immediately look away. As soon as I look away, Craig, he walks out of the stall. All right, let me turn this camera back around. So Craig is he was just staring at me while I was sitting down on the toilet, taking a dump, while looking at my phone. And he's like heavy breathing, staring at me, and I look at him, and I'm just like, I was like in shock. I was like, what the heck? So after we make eye contact, he just walks out. And, I didn't say anything to anybody. Like, I didn't say anything to my manager. I didn't think that was, like, worth saying anything, because it's like, I don't know. Is this, like, a big deal? I think I was just conflicted because, again, Craig is on the spectrum. So I was like, okay, like, should I, like, cut him some slack? But at the same time, like, he has a job at this place. Like, he's obviously smart enough, and I feel like he should know better to, like, know that was, like, really creepy. But, yeah, I didn't say anything. I didn't think it was worth it. But, yeah, that's the story of the time when I was sitting on the toilet at my summer job, and I made eye contact with another employee. All right, that's it.